How's it guys, Wannabe over here, and we'll be talking about the gameplay update 7.19b that just launched yesterday, and I'll be doing some first impressions and seeing what has changed and what could be a problem. I did play yesterday bit of Dota and I realized that some things weren't quite right, and then I didn't check the update. So here we go. So we got the general changes. Buyback respawn time penalty changed from 25% of remaining time to 25 always. That could cause a problem. I don't think it's much of a difference, but as you know, it could cause a bit of effect because now it's always 25 seconds, which could cause a bit of a problem. Actually, it is a problem. Yeah, especially for your early game. If you're getting raked in that, you need to get it back in. Kind of gonna cause a bit of a problem. Okay, next one. Level 2 XP requirement changed from 200 to 230 in a scenario where Team A gets 2 melee denies per wave and Team B gets a 1 melee deny per wave. Team A wave requirement for level 2 increased from wave to 3 wave. Team B wave requirement remains at 3 waves. Total XP needed for another wave unchanged. Oh, okay, now I get it. You know that scenario where you will I know with sometimes on the offlane on the one side and then on the radiant side is where they always get a level ahead of you. They two guys soaking up XP against one and they get a level ahead of you. So I think there's the problem. So it seems like they fixed it. So it's kind of now really even matched up. So, but it also helps now your safe lane a lot more, I think, because now you don't have that problem where you a level behind or the offlaner gets too much XP. You can actually just zone him out the whole time and he won't get anything. So I think that's a very good change. I think they now leveled the playing field much better during the laning phase, especially on the one side of especially on the sides of the safe lane. I like it. I like it a lot. Glyph is now on cooldown until 3 minutes per time in the game. Oh, finally. Okay, this was a bit of a hassle for SF players, especially guys that wants that first or second last hit. A lot of the pro matchup teams and a lot of guys, they would like glyph the creep so they make sure you don't get the last hit, they get the first deny, getting the XP advantage. So having that cooldown, I think it's a good thing. It stops that initial early push, especially with push strats. So that stops that a bit, which is nice. Moving on to the item changes. Scout shield damage block for melee heroes increased to 20, 18 to 20. Yo, okay, that could cause a lot of early game hassles. Could be very. I think it's funny. Scout shield actually gets a bit of a buff. I'm happy with that one. Ring of Aquila bonus damage reduced from 10 to 7. Oh, there goes Ring of Aquila. So you don't have that early game item anymore. I wouldn't buy it anymore, especially because normally people bought it for the stats and a bit of that extra damage. Now it's not giving the damage. I think it's still worth buying if you can get it early enough. Otherwise, I'll just go straight for your boots and straight for your other items. Mech heal increase from 250 to 275, and Guardian Greaves heal increased. Oh well. Yeah, with the previous meta, it seemed like people been throwing the mech in the drain. Mech wasn't really picked up anymore. It was insignificant. They normally people pick Winter Waveran, Oracle, and all those heroes that can heal, so you don't really need the mech. But I think now with this pickup, like heroes like Undying, Tidehunter, all of them will stop picking up mechs now earlier on, and with that extra heal on that, I think it's worth buying now with the stats and now the heals. So I think it's bringing more of those tanky heroes back in the lineup, especially as offlaners, so it will be interesting to see that. Then our Shadow heal rate and Spirit Vessel heal rate reduced. Movement speed bonus reduced. Okay, so I'm guessing, so your movement speed has been reduced on the Spirit Vessel, you earn, and your Spirit Vessel's heal rate reduced. That thing was so broken, so I'm kind of glad they nerfed it a bit, because it's kind of a cheap item that any hero can get. I think that it was a needed nerf, definitely. But why the movement speed? Like, please? I think it's because of all those heroes with the movement speed talent. With that extra, you can't catch them. Especially like when I saw the other day, I was playing with Weaver. We could not catch him. He was just too fast because our team had lack of stuns. But the fact is that He went as a support weaver and he bought a spirit vessel. It was hard to catch him. Size of Vice, mana costing. Oh, thank goodness. Finally. This is a real new nerf, especially with Tinker people. Because Tinker's mana pool is not that big, especially from early to late game. His mana pool is not that big because of all his abilities that he uses. They're quite high. So let's go have a look at Tinker quickly and see. Because Tinker was the main problem, like seriously.
I have several
So
theories. I would like
it's
to
170 mana, basically 140. 109, 200 mana you could say, and then 300 mana plus 250. He's literally, his whole mana pool is just going to go down the drain. So I think the fact that Tinker has been nerfed with this helps. Yes, it nerfs that, but now I think other heroes don't get affected that much as he does. So it doesn't allow him to constantly hex you continuously. So you'll maybe hex you once or twice, maybe a third time if lucky, and then you'll have to back off. So it's much better than him hexing you continuously. Like there was, we was playing a game with, like, almost say like a Spectre. Your tanky heroes were continuously hexed. They could not do a thing. Well, 5, 6, 7 times they were hexed. So I think this is a great buff. Especially instead of like nerfing Tinker, you basically nerf the one item that's making him OP. So that's a good nerf right there. I'm actually happy with that nerf. It's not so great for some support heroes, but because like heroes like him that abuse it, it's just broken. I'm glad that's been nerfed. It allows more Tinkers to go different type of builds, forcing them to go a bit later games so they can actually sustain themselves, or they can only initiate once or twice with it. Phase boot bonus, speed bonus on range heroes reduced. Instant turn rate is now a melee only feature. Speed bonus range heroes reduced by 16 to 13%, and instant turn rate is now melee only feature. That is quite harsh for some ranged heroes, but also I'm actually happy that it's not only for melee heroes, because now it also allows openings for melee heroes such as Troll Warlord and all them that love picking up these kind of items. Bloodseeker, all of them can take it now, and they'll have good turn rates and everything. And a speed bonus of rangers, so they can't get away, so it's easier to get them. So I'm 50-50 on this one. Hero changes: Alchemist, Grievel's Greed, Bounty Rune, Multiplier rescaled. Okay, nerfed Alchemist. Okay. I'm not too sure on this one. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because he hasn't been a threat in many games. But I think it's because it's to eliminate his comeback feature. Because normally if he was behind, he could come back very fast. Now he's kind of forced to go a bit late, so it's alright. Not great. I'm not really happy with that one. Bloodseeker, Blood Rage. Okay. Blood Rage heal rate reduced. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, this. Okay, no, it's just rescaled actually. It's reduced a little bit, but it's much better now because then it's not so broken. But yeah, Bloodseeker was falling off, but yeah, I think this is a good thing just to stop him in the early game, because when he starts snowballing, it's just to slow him a bit down. I'm happy with that one. Bloodseeker was a thing. Broodmother, base agility reduced. Okay. Ouch. Poor Broodmother. Finally gets a chance to get into a patch and gets thrown away just as fast, because like agility is the one thing that keeps him alive. So I'm not really happy with that one. Chain. Pension duration reduced from 8 to 5, 6. Okay. Okay. No, I finally. Okay, that's a good nerf. That thing was getting a bit broken. I felt the pain when I was playing against him. I would love to see, but Chen having that kind of nerf, I don't think he deserved a nerf, but I think that the ability alone. Okay, yeah, I can see why they did it. Klink's base strength reduced by 2. Okay, so Klink's was already OP. Now they're just making him like squishier. So this I like because of his Searing Chains, that gives him the mischance and everything, which is kind of a nuisance when you want to stun him and keep him there because he will dodge the stuns. So having him a little bit less tanky will help a lot, so I'm glad they did that. Crystal Nova, mana cost increased. Ouch, okay. I don't think she needed a nerf, mana pool was already suffering, especially as a support role, just to sustain herself on this, so... Ouch, okay, shame, poor... It won't affect her early game with the first one, but it will start affecting her later on, but I don't think it was a worthwhile nerf to her. Shadow Realm, damage reduced from 120, 200 to 90. Ooh. This is going to affect her early game though, because she is a early impactful hero, so... But, okay, wait, Curse Crown cast point increased. Okay, so they buffed her. Okay. I'm happy with that. I'm not... It'll be interesting how the Cursed Crown will now work with just the 0.1 increase. So it'll be interesting to see how it affects gameplay. But I'm pretty happy with that. Dry Ranger, let's see. Base agility reduced from 26 to 19. Base damage unchanged. Agility gain increase. Base attack animation time improved. Oh yes, yes, yes. Drow is got a buff actually. It seems like a nerf because they took her base agility and reduced it, but they didn't change the base damage, which is nice. So you still got the damage you need. The agility gain is increased, so you actually earn all your agility back and more. The base attack animation time improved by... It's not improved by much, but it makes a big difference because last hitting in the early game is quite hard with her. So I think that will help a lot. Even that little bit will help. Ooh, I'm gonna be playing Drow tonight. I'm loving the Drow. Base movement speed reduced. Yes, we can catch her now. She is not untouchable. So Enchantress is not untouchable anymore. You can actually catch her with some stuns and that she doesn't run off away and heal. So I love the fact that they nerfed her there. She was a bit broken and chosen a lot because of that. Base agility reduced by 5. Base damage and armor unchanged. Okay, so bye bye Gyro. Okay. I get it, but because of his base agility reduced, it kind of hurts him even more in the early game. Even that, because that's his attack speed that gets unchanged. But how do you keep? Why would you keep his damage? It will affect him a little bit, but it's not that much. Base Huskar, base damage reduced. If he wasn't suffering enough. Okay. A level 10 talent increase. Okay, so they want to give him more health. That's a good thing. Because what was it? Let's see. So it was 20 damage or 175 health. 225 health? I think I'll take that over the damage now. Yeah, I think this is a good talent tree that they put in here. But I don't feel like they have to reduce his damage. He's already suffering to get last hits. Now they're just going to kill him there. So they killed Huskar and then buffed him a little bit with this extra health to give him more early game impact. So I see they just kept him on even grounds. But I want to see how he gets, because now he's going to suffer in the laning phase to get last hits. So we'll see how it goes. See what the pros do. IO Spirits cooldown from 20 to 18 to... Okay, this is a needed nerf. This was so irritating, so I'm happy with that. Level 10 decreased. Okay, so IO finally got a proper nerf. I'm happy with this nerf. It's not much, but it helps that he's not so OP in the laning phase. So I'm happy with that one. It's a good one. Mirana. Oh no, level talent tree reduced from 100 plus leap attack speed to 80. This could hurt her a lot. because like every time I hit level 15, you could immediately kill any core on that. But yeah, okay, I can see why she needs a bit of a nerf. Got her to OP. 80 is not too bad. I think she's still playable. She's still pretty strong. I don't think it's going to affect it that much. I did feel it yesterday when I was playing Mirana. You could feel that she wasn't hitting as much as that. But I don't feel like it's going to be a massive impact towards her. It's just a small little impact. Maybe one or two last hits that you won't be able to get that you normally do. So I think Mirana is still pretty much fine. Nature's Prophet, base damage reduced by 3. Okay, so Nature's damage being reduced, which was kind of not necessary. I don't feel like it was necessary because every time he plays, he doesn't have such a great impact in that. He can cause a lot of havoc because of that damage, but now they just nerfed him, so I think he's kind of like starting to move his way out of this new patch. Agility rescaled from 12 to... Ooh. Base movement speed reduced. Okay, so they nerfed his movement speed by a little. That's not really going to affect him that much, but is agility rescaled? Okay, so Necro is kind of being nerfed a bit, so he's not that OP anymore. Well, he's still strong. His abilities made him OP, so he's still in. It's just made him a bit less OP, but he's still there. Phantom Lancer, level 25 talent from. Oh, they reduced it. Okay, cool. Well, that's needed, especially when he plays against you. He gets level 25, you can't catch him, so that 1 second will give you a chance to find him and stun him. So I'm happy. That's a good nerf. I like it. Maybe they could have done to 5. Just a little bit more. Arcane Curse mana cost. Ooh, okay. This is a problem for Silencer because yeah, he's already suffering just with the low mana costs. This mana cost already suffers him on his mana pool. Now throwing the mana pool a bit higher will make him suffer a bit. Okay, so they're just like nerfing him for the early game. For them that he's still pretty much fine. I think it's to make that he can't get so OP because I know he could like throw it 7-8 times before he has to like start regenning again. Now he's probably gonna go through it like 5. So reduce it a little bit. Spectre Dagger Linger duration reduced. Ouch. Dispersion max reflection damage range reduced. Oh. Desolate single hero range check increased. So Spectre has been... Yo, that hurts Spectre because now he's not so effective in the early game as he's not so effective in the early game anymore with the, especially with the Spectral Dagger Linger that's been reduced, which could affect him a bit. And then your Dispersion max reflection range has been reduced. So heroes with a high range doesn't get affected that much. This is a problem for him. Spectre, I think, is not more the hero to pick anymore. He's not the hero to pick. No, Spectre has been... Oof, that's gonna hurt him a bit. Eesh. Tiny 3 gram mana cost increased. That's nice. Just one level. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Avalanche cooldown increase. Okay. Tiny got a needed nerf, so he's not effective that so early on. That few seconds could cause him problems. With this bit of mana extra, he's not going to be able to throw his combos so effectively as so many times anymore. So he's going to like literally throw everything once and he's done, which he normally does. But he can't like throw everything once, go quickly, go get another one. It's not kind of like he's stuck. And I think because of the talent tree he has that reduces avalanche cooldown, I think that's also kind of a needed nerf. Let's go have a look quickly. I think if I'm correct, but 12 seconds. Yeah, I think that's a proper nerf, a good nerf that you need. Yeah, because now using 12 seconds every 8 seconds. Wow, and that's about 11 seconds now, so it's pretty good. So So Tiny will have a bit of a problem, but it stops him from having the snowball effect. Overpower mana cost increased. Ursa doesn't have a big mana pool now. And you relies on his mana to do these abilities, so you would slow him and then you would go on to him. So that could affect Ursa to continuously have his overpower ready. So that is a hard nerf for him, for especially for the early game. I would say your first 10 minutes, and further than that, I think you'll be fine. Vengeful Spirit, Wave of Terror. Wave of Terror cooldown increased. Could be. I think it's a good, it's a okay nerf, but I don't think it's game affecting nerf. Because Vengeful Spirit early game is more relied on his stun and then one wave of terror, so I don't think being able to multiply every 10 seconds throw a wave of terror is not going to affect him that much, but he's still there. It's also needed nerf, just so you can't continuously have the armor reduction on you, so you could get hit hard. The Swarm mana costing. Oh, yes. I'm loving this one because that Swarm for the early game was so strong. You just, because you try to hit it off and then Weevil come in and start hitting you, and you got to get the bug off, or you try and get the Weevil off you and then the bug's still on you and you die. So this could help a lot that he can't throw it so many times. That's good. It also puts him at risk that he can't go invis or get away the whole time because he'll be spending so much mana. Wraith King. Wraith Blast cooldown increased. It's not such a big deal, but yeah, I understand, because normally you will have, like, let's say you have your Vengeance thing, you will have chain stuns continuously because of this low cooldown. But now having his cooldown increase, I think it's going to affect that people actually get a few seconds just to get away. So this is good. This is fine. I don't think it's a big deal. Really don't think it's a big deal. Well, the gameplay updates mostly are pretty good. In general, they are good nerfs and buffs that are there, mostly nerfs. Seeing that you kind of eliminating the big early game aspect, but in the same while also making sure that a lot of the heroes that were so strong can't come in early and then get, like, Spectre's put back in that he goes super late now as he used to do back in the day. We got different heroes. Phantom Lancer, he goes super late. He's still strong, but now it kind of lingers. You rather go for the crit, maybe kill him faster, because causing havoc can cause, because of that 1 second, it opens a gap for you to get him. So I think all these are necessary nerfs, especially for a lot of these heroes that were very early game orientated. Drow was strong, but Drow actually got a buff, I feel, which I love. So you still got the push element, and you're bringing in new heroes that come in. Clinks that was so strong, but now you're just reducing him that he's not so tanky. I like it. So in general, I'm happy with the updates. There's nothing that's actually out there that I think is ridiculous. I think they did a few good changes that could affect the game now in a way that people don't see it, but it for people that do play seriously, and that it will give them more hope. You don't have this snowball effect. But the best nerf I like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna give it the best. I wouldn't say nerf. I would actually say it's a more of a buff. No, joking. And if is a Slice of Vice mana cost increased, especially for Tinker. Always on him. When you got it, he will go on you and he'll keep you hexed for days. I'm glad that the mana pool's increased. It forces him to go back to base and then come back in. So he will have to. So you can only use it like once or twice. I don't feel like that was the best way to handle the Tinker. Instead of nerfing Tinker, you just nerf the one item that's actually making him OP. thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you guys learned a few things. I hope this will help you guys to choose your heroes better and get some good ranking up and everything. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Thanks. Cheers, guys.